get a goal, it's just the beginning. You gotta sing when you're winning, everywhere you go. Everywhere you go. You gotta sing when you're winning. Get a goal, it's just the beginning. Sing, sing when you're winning, everywhere you go.
Hello and welcome to episode 52 of the Sing When You're Winning, a Fantasy Football League oddity podcast featuring distant cousins of podcast royalty and two very special guests who we will reveal very, very shortly. But waiting in line for the podcast throne this week, it's myself again, Jamie, we've got Steve, and the return of Jersey Chris this Friday morning with his Everest tan. Looking very nice this Friday morning. And as in honor of Jersey Chris and his big trip to Everest, we want to know what's the highest point you've climbed up to, and would you get a tattoo to commemorate that as well? So Jersey Chris, do you want to jump in on that one?
Well, as my arm says, I just climbed 5,364 meters.
Yeah.
Wow, that is pretty impressive. And who did you do that for as well? Give it a shout out.
Yeah, we did it for Kenz's Fund, which is a mental health charity in aid of one of my best mate's daughter who committed suicide at the age of 13 years old. But we have raised just over £21,000 to date. So, yeah, we've done well.
Awesome.
Brilliant.
Great stuff. And it is World Mental Health Day today as well, isn't it? So it's quite fitting to talk about that today. But yeah, great job in raising some fantastic money. But yes, it's great to have you back. And you appeared on the pod as well. Did you hear that while you were away?
I didn't, because the Wi-Fi was pretty terrible. So I need to
okay, but you one of the videos you sent, it did appear 2 weeks ago. So you had a guest on the pod. I bleeped out some of this. I've noticed you swear here on your videos that you said that you don't swear as much on the pod, but when you were out in Everest, I think you were.
Well, yeah, that was an acclimatization day, and I wasn't feeling very well from the backside, so yeah, it wasn't too great. It was one of my favorite days.
Awesome, good stuff. So you didn't get a tattoo of that though?
No.
Anyway, moving swiftly on. Steve, what's the highest you've ever climbed? Would you get a tattoo?
No.
But what is the highest you've ever
No,
climbed?
Chris's is quite cool. It's a good.
No, it is. I'm not taking the mick. I think it's very good. It was a weak link. So what's the highest you've ever climbed?
I mean, Chris has climbed to the bottom of Everest. I mean, it's pretty impressive.
Well, it's the start line to Everest, apparently.
Yeah.
So you climbed to this. You made it to the start line, which is very good.
Do you think you could manage going to the actual top with Chris?
Oh no chance. No, the altitude's way too thin. I was struggling with breathing up there, even at 5,000 meters base camp. It's hard to breathe.
Yeah. Well, I felt like that when I climbed up Snowdon. Yeah, Snowdon for me. Yeah, that must be the highest I've climbed to. Yeah, which is great when you're going up. I quite like it because you can see where you're going. You think, wow, I'm going to get right up there eventually, and then you get there, and then actually going back down is the painful bit when your shins just kill.
Yeah, you just want to climb then, don't you?
It's horrendous. And at the bottom, the last mile or two, everyone's walking backwards because they're in agony. Although there is a pub right at the bottom, so that's
it's worth it.
Yeah, some incentive.
Good stuff. I think the highest, I don't know how high it was, but there's a mountain in New Zealand called Mount Cook, which is it's quite icy and frosty, so you kind of put your crampons on and you start walking up it. But you only walk so far because it was like a tourist thing. It took about 2-3 hours, and lots of people fell over that because it was really icy. But yeah, I genuinely don't know how high it is, and I didn't climb to the top, so that's a bit of a shit story. But if you're ever in New Zealand, check out Mount Cook. There you go. Let's crack on and introduce our special guest this week. We've got a brand new guest to the podcast, and we've got a returning guest as well, which is always good to see. So let's give a very warm welcome to our brand new guest. It is Mr. Anton Witter, who's joined FPL and SWYW during COVID 2020-21, and it's your 6th season in the league. So yeah, let's give you a cheer. Woo!
It was skip the clapping bit there.
I did. I jumped
straight into
the clapping bit. I know. So we'll You have to get a clap, Anton. You have to get a clap. But yes, how is it to be in Sing when you're winning? We'll give you your stats in a second. But how's your season going?
Well, not too good just at the moment. I started off well. Early days were good. I even took a screenshot when I was at the top after a couple of games because I thought that's probably not going to happen again. But I'm currently languishing in 16th place at the moment and struggling a little bit. But enjoying being on board. And I was wondering how many seasons I'd done actually. So yeah, thanks for sort of reminding. I didn't realise I'd done as many as 6.
You've done 6, and I'll give you the roll call thanks to Steve. Your first season you finished in the championship 11th. Then your second season in the championship you were 15th. In the third season, I think you were quite unlucky. You finished 23rd, and there were lots of teams relegated in that season as well. So you kind of got taken down in that. And then in League One, you finished 6th and made the playoffs, but sadly didn't get promoted. Then last season you were 8th. So you're pushing for promotion and currently 16th, as you've said. But I think, yeah, you're obviously destined to get back up to the best league, as we all know, which is the Championship. So good stuff. And we'll take a look at your team in a second, Anton, as well. But we're also joined today, a return of Phil Pinder, who is sponsor with the Potions Cauldron as well. So we'll have a bit of a chat about that. So yeah, a very warm welcome. Let's do the clapping bit before I do any more talking. Woo! Hello, Phil.
Hello, thank you. Delighted to be back.
No.
A great start to the season, and then Haaland had like 4 weeks of amazement, and I refused to sign Haaland, and I'm still going to hold by that principle.
Still refusing.
So yeah, but with that one. I managed to win last week by 1 scrappy point, so I'll take that as a win. And I think I'm on 4 wins so far, and currently in 8th place, something like that.
You are currently 8th, exactly. Last season, you just missed out in the playoffs, coming 3rd, which is very unlucky, I think.
Yeah,
and then you've got better pretty much every season. So if you finished 3rd last season, you must be. Well, I was going to say you must be certain for a promotion, but Alistair Griffin seems to be walking away with it at the moment, doesn't he, in the Championship? So,
we had Alistair Griffin at the opening of our new venue in Leeds recently. He was telling me he's got a helper, which is his son, who's got some kind of mad algorithm going on. He tried to explain it to me and completely baffled me with like the science of FPL. And I was like, that's no help to me at all. So, yeah, Alistair, I think he's just letting him use the app. So it's not even Alistair playing anymore.
I think he has since sacked him, he's told me, because they had some sort of argument over Chris Wood playing.
Did he want? Who wanted Chris Wood in? I guess we'll see how good that argument is.
We'll have to find out when Alistair ever turns up. We might find out.
Yes, well, Alistair is a panelist who's only ever appeared once, which is far
as a guest.
As a guest, far fewer than some of our other guests, to be fair. But he's still hanging on in there, which is good. But yeah, Anton, who's in your team? Who's your kind of top picks in your team?
Well, again, to be fair, I just sort of pick the players that I have a relatively decent knowledge of. So there's no massive science behind it. I went for Salah as captain this season. Yeah. I'm starting to sort of regret it, but things might change. Got big Dan Burn in defence. Main reason why I picked Dan is because I know his dad.
No reason, is any? He's doing well this season, isn't he?
Yeah, he's doing all right. I worked with his dad a few years ago. So
is his dad big?
He's not as big as Dan, but you can tell he's his dad. He does look a bit like him, to be honest. I've never met him, but I remember years ago we used to have conversations because when he just started out at Darlington. And obviously he went on to much bigger things, so I sort of followed his career. So yeah, it's great to see him doing so well. So that's the reason why he's in the team anyway. We also got Wood up front. He's pretty good guy. Not doing great shakes so far this season, but sort of hoping he's going to sort of improve his form.
Yeah.
Who else we got? Ollie Watkins. Again, I'm just picking people that I know that are pretty good players. It's all a bit of a lottery, to be fair, isn't it?
Of course it is.
I'll be the first to admit that if I do well, it's a massive piece of luck.
I think it is for most people, really. You need the look on his head to be successful.
Yeah. It's just fun for me, to be fair. I don't take it too seriously. And if I get hammered, which I have been doing just lately, I like to congratulate the hammerers.
That's good. There's
very gracious.
There's a lot of beef in this league, as we've noticed on this pod. So it's nice that we've got someone who's gracious in defeat. Yeah,
although, to be fair, we are encouraging beef this season.
We do like beef, yeah. And I don't know if we've got any post-match chat. We can talk about that a bit later on. But yeah, we want more beef. If you're listening in, send your post-match chat beef. We want more of that. Good stuff, Anton and Phil. Who you obviously haven't picked Haaland. Who have you got up front?
Well, it's not up front.
What have you got against Haaland?
Well, I just think he's rigged, and he must be giving candors in terms of how many points he scores. He scores a goal, but he ends up on 30 points, and it's like, what? I mean, fair enough, he's scoring 4 or 5 in a game, but he seems to get high up than anyone else in this game, and I just think it's rigged. So I actually think they should introduce a new rule that if you pick the captain that has the most selected captain that week, you shouldn't get double points. So, and to encourage people to pick a different captain, because everybody just ends up picking the same captain. It's so boring. So, I mean, I've been captain in Semenyo for about 4 or 5 weeks now. I did start with Greenish, who didn't even first week, so I ended up having to use a vice captain for the first time. Yeah. I managed to have six people in my first starting squad who didn't even play the first game, which was a disastrous start, as they don't really announce the kind of like the knocks of the first week and stuff. So yeah, I got off to a terrible start, but actually still managed to win the first game. It was a bit of a surprise. And yeah, Bournemouth are my secret team so far who have scored me the most points. So yeah, well done, Bournemouth. Good stuff.
So yeah, but what have you got against Haaland other than that? Is it just that it's not an anti-Man City thing?
I think it's because I'm a fan, and I've always hated the kind of like, I'm always the underdog. So yeah, I'm supporting the underdog, and the underdog is never hand, is it? He's I don't know. It's not great being perfect.
I get the underdog thing, but I think when it comes to trying to win in FPL, I didn't have Haaland in, and then I got rid of Salah about 4 weeks ago, and I've brought him in, and I've won 4 on the bounce. So there you go. I'd lost my first 3, and I've won my last 4. So Haaland is the only reason why I'm winning. I'm not going to lie. So there you go. All good stuff.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, I've lost the last 4. I think that's been my worst. I won last week by 1 point, so I'm taking that. But yeah, before that, I should have had Haaland for the last 3 weeks.
Yeah. So yeah. But Haaland's look will stop at some point. But right now, with the teams they're playing, I think you've kind of got to stick with him. And Salah is just not coming good at all. Will he come good? Is this the season where
he's fine? And I'm actually thinking of dropping him this week, I have to say.
Yeah. I think that would be wise. That would be wise. Right, let's have a look back at game week 7. But before we do that, just the headlines. The sheep this week. So the people who everyone have got in their team. Pope is the man to have in your team last week, and Ray just behind. Timber in defence, who scored me a lot of points last week, which was good. And again, Gabriel just behind that. Semenyo, I think most people have in their team now. If you don't have Haaland, you've probably got Semenyo, or if you haven't, you need to get him in. And then Haaland naturally is the number 1 up front, although Volta Maida or Rudy Voller, he's just behind because he's starting to score most games as well, isn't he? He's the other one to get. And
get out of my club
has changed to we've got Allison, people looking to get rid of him. And Livramento, obviously the injured group seem to be get rid of those people. Salah, lots of people getting rid of him for what we just said. And João Pedro as well. I'm borderline about to get rid of him because he's had about 4 really low scoring weeks, despite Chelsea winning at the weekend. So yeah, those are the ones. Do we have praised by the chairman or sacked in the morning this week, Steve?
I can probably work it out when we do the results because I've been away for a few days, so it's not the usual,
I know you have been away, so
full content. So I'll just flick through the results and tables, and we'll work it out ourselves. We'll work it out. Who was awful and who was really good.
We can do it live this Friday morning.
We can, yeah. Thursday evening. Let's be professional.
It's dark on a Friday morning. Anton, you need to understand the Friday morning thing. But there you go.
Listen, if you listen to these professionals, Alistair Bruce Ball, when he's doing it, first thing he says is, "We're recording this on Monday evening. There's so-and-so playing tonight. We've not got this information. We've not got that information." Well, it makes us look stupid when we don't know these answers, and you're saying it's Friday morning.
It's Friday morning. Everybody likes to pretend it's Friday morning when they're listening to it on Friday morning, Steve. Anyway, we'll move on.
Did you enjoy the England and Wales game last night, Jamie?
Amazing. I was watching the darts, though, in the end. I turned over because I was loving the darts.
Really? Who won that?
Yes. Who won that? Littler won again. He's into the semi-finals, so it should be good.
Well done, Luke Littler.
Well done, Luke Littler.
And England.
Yeah. Anyway, moving swiftly on.
Yes, indeed. In the Premier League last week, then, it seems like a long time ago, but it was, I don't know, how are we? The top scorer in the Premier League was Mark Horseman, who got 90 to beat Chris Dawkes, who got a 66. There were also top scores there for 82 for Tom Roberts, who beat Ed Chesters, who's nosediving down the table now.
Oh.
A rare win for Dan Stewart as he beat Ben Shires, so he'll be happy with that, Dan. And the top two played each other, and Richard Archer beat Adam Devlin 82-65. Adam wasn't too pleased with that one.
About the Brentford fans.
Another top score, Tom Gregory, who played his wildcard, got an 86 to beat Neil Martin, who played his bench boost. And I beat Tim Ward 75-74, and he was not very happy about that.
Point.
It's just the way it goes, isn't it? And
bet you were very happy. Sitting abroad, seeing that score, I bet you were over the
just
moon.
made a change. No, actually, I was just getting on the plane. Literally, before I turned my plane off, Grealish scored, and I thought, I've got half a chance here. I just need Man City to do all right, and then got off. Haaland's got one. Donnarumma's got a clean sheet, and I won by 1 point, and poor old Tim was fuming. Keeps texting me about it, saying how mad he is still.
You can't touch him. There's more beef. There's new beef growing as we speak.
In the championship, there was also 90. Alex Renton got 90 to beat Nicola Dunn, who only got 70. She got 73, but she lost, and she doesn't take defeat well, I'm afraid. Okay. So when she loses, we don't talk about it. But
okay.
When she wins, it's all she wants to talk about. Jamie, you beat Stu 80. You got an 80, Jamie. That's pretty good.
I was happy.
Beat Stu got 59. Graham Swan got a win. He needed that. It gets him out of the bottom three, and he beat Michelle's. That was the lowest scoring game in that 63-58.
Apparently, he always beats Michelle Gale. They were saying on the chat, weren't they?
Yeah, even though he didn't even play last season. So
yeah, well, maybe the season before. I don't know. That's what they said.
He did indeed, and Michelle agreed as well. So must have had some beef there.
Yeah,
we can maybe make some beef between those two.
Yeah, let's
we'll wind it up. Into the League One, the top score there, Ben Halliwell, who's top of the table now. He got 80 to beat you, Anton, 50. So he did lose to the best team in the league, so you can't grumble too much.
Yeah, well, I was expecting that one, to be honest.
And there's quite a few low scores in that division, but Dave Atkins got 79 to beat Sophie Ridge, 65. Mike Bushell beat Tim Bresnan, 66-48. Jonas won again. Beat Nige, 60-58. Beat Nigel Clark, who's still not won. Nigel is getting frustrated now, I think, losing by just 2 points. Andy Cousins, this is a contender for the Sacked in the Morning, 36. And he lost to Craig Wilson, who got 69. Vicky Sparks lost again, this time to Grace. And Steve Wybrandt, who seems to be in form this year, beat Phil Quar, 84-59. Bottom division, who's got the top score there? Marty Longstaff, I think. No, nearly. Joe Singleton, 85, beat George Pearson, 67. Maddox Jones got an 81. That's probably the best score he's ever got. Adam Comstive got an 81 to beat Magic Ben Taylor. And Finn Dunn lost for the first time. He lost to Chris Murray.
Oh.
It's a good win for Chris, who's normally quite down the bottom end of the table.
Yeah.
League table-wise, if I can find those very quickly. Premier League, Adam and Richard Archer are joint top with 18 points. Then Paul Chambers-Tonner, 16. Bottom table there, loads of teams on 9 points, but the bottom few are Dan in 20th now. He's got 7 points. Neil Martin's got 6 points. Chris, you've got 6 points and you're in the relegation zone. Are we blaming the Wi-Fi?
Well, Jamie was just mentioning before that half the players he was talking about would just get over your team. They're in my team. Like Gorkrez is doing nothing. Salah's doing nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Pedro's doing nothing. Reinders is doing nothing. So, and I've already paid my wild card, so I'm a bit stuck.
Oh. It seems only a few weeks ago you were talking up your title challenges, and now you're third from bottom.
Yeah,
lucky.
That's the way it goes, isn't it?
Tim Ward, who sadly lost by 1 point to me, he's 23rd with 6 points also, and still rock bottom. Steve Taylor with no points. Championship, Alistair Griffin didn't win for the first time this season, but he did get a draw with Big Lee. He's top with 19 points. Joe Derrick second, 18 points. There's beef between those two, actually. They're continuing their rivalry from last season when Alistair suggested that Joe was already relegated at one point on the run in there.
And
Joe's not forgetting that one, and now they're both going for promotion. Then is Alex Renton third. Big Lee, who got the draw with Alistair, he's in fourth with 13 points. And there's loads of you, including you, Jamie, on 12 points. So you're sixth. Well done, you.
Yeah, I know.
Down at the bottom, Cole got his first win against his big rival, Lee.
Yeah, and I think that's why Lee's running late this Friday morning, couldn't join, maybe.
I think so.
Cole, you've got him running scared. That's all we can say, Lee.
3 points is catching up. Swanee's win is only second of the season. That got him out of the bottom three. In the bottom three, Andrew Clancy, Jamie Hurst, and Cole still bottom with his 3 points. League One, Ben Halliwell, who beat Anton, is top with 18. Mike Bushell is now second.
Wow.
This is the first time that's ever happened. 16 points. Ben Hope is third. Steve Wybrandt fourth. Dave Atkins fifth. Pete Martini is sixth. And his rival, Phil Quaz, beef between those two, he's seventh. 12 points. Down at the bottom, Stu Kelly, the relegation. Oh, sorry, we'll mention that you're just outside the relegation zone, Anton. You've got 7 points.
Yeah,
then it's the relegation zone. Stu Kelly is 6, just being inclusive. So the relegation zone is Stu Kelly with 6, Craig Wilson with 4, Vicky Sparks surprisingly with 3, and Nigel Clark is still bottom with no points. So a long international break for him. And then at League 2, Finn Dunn is top still despite losing. He's got 18 points. Second is Mikey Austin Riley, 15 points. Third, George Pearson, 15 points. And Jack Bandera, 15 points. And Joe Singleton, 15 points. In fact, there's loads of teams on 15 points. And down at the bottom, sadly, having just lost, Chesney's back to the bottom. But he has got 3 points now. And he's only 6 points off being top of the bottom half. So it's not too bad. And he's got a new Waitrose contract. So
he has.
It's not all bad.
Yeah, I'm loving the new advert. And do we like the remix of the one?
It's a kind of dance mix. Dance mix now. He's going to be topping the dance charts.
Yeah.
He should have had a collab with Anton. He could have done a bit of a... Could have put a tune together.
Yeah,
I've not heard that one. Obviously, I've heard the track, but I've not heard the new version.
Not heard the new version. Get on the WhatsApp chat. It was shared a little bit.
It's
earlier.
with is it with Sigala or something?
Sigala, yeah.
Well, I've heard of them. What do they do?
It's a dance outfit. I've heard some of their stuff before. Yeah, that sounds
I've heard their
pretty
stuff.
trendy.
Well,
yeah. We can't sound any more old or middle-aged right now as we do. But anyway, yes.
Well, we don't know what our audience is, though, to be fair, do we?
We don't. We're probably we're speaking to other people who are listening going, yeah, I've heard of them too. I don't know. But yeah. But it's a good remix, I think. And it would be amazing if Chesney could get back to number one. But the Waitrose, it's the number one Waitrose range or something, isn't it? That's the not that we need to advertise for Waitrose. We're promoting Chesney.
Yeah, but if they'd done a slow sad one, then it could have been number one in a slow sad way, couldn't it? At Christmas or something.
Maybe, I reckon if they've brought into Chesney, they won't be able to say it. That's what I'm saying.
That's
They'll
what I mean.
have,
Yeah,
I reckon they'll have Christmas, but he won't be allowed to talk about that right now. But we could have
a piano version.
Briefly, I'll go through what comments we got off people. Maddox Jones, who's doing well, he says he's turned around his poor start, shall we say? We'll call it poor. Keep the ratings clean this week.
Yes, see.
Joe Singleton, also in the bottom league, he says he's finally on a winning streak. Mikey Austin Riley thinks his team's looking leggy and it's time to get in the transfer market.
Oh.
Ben Hope, he thinks it's going to be the Hunks year.
Oh.
His team's called the Hunks, just for anybody who hasn't got a clue what that's all about. Dave Atkins says he's going really well at the moment, so he's very happy. Big Lee, who got the draw, was fuming and he was praying Alistair had got some transfer points to come off. So obviously disappointed with the draw against the leader there. Alex Renton, he's surprised that he's doing so well. He had a cracking week. He doesn't usually start very well. Frankie Francis just put FFS, which must mean Frankie Francis. Frankie Francis is shocking.
Sunderland. Frankie
Francis is Sunderland. That's clearly what it means.
It does what it means, yeah.
In fact, Chesney got back to me on what his team name was as well. But he said,
save that.
We'll have to do because he said, I'll tell you when I come on the pod.
Oh, yeah, he didn't tell you the reason. Just there's a story behind it.
Yeah,
we were trying to work out what it was, but we'll save that for when Chesney comes on.
Maybe we could play with the guests. We could play Guess What Chesney's team name means.
Yes.
The first two letters are F and O.
Yeah. Doesn't necessarily mean it is that, though.
No, not at all. Just
Jamie's
mind.
Football's over, yeah. Could
football,
well be.
Football's
only.
Well, isn't football over for Chesney because he's at the bottom of the list?
Football's over.
And he's a West Ham.
John Gregory in the Championship. He's hoping he can stay in the chase for the season. Tim Ward, who lost to me by 1 point. Well, blah, blah, blah. I'm genuinely fuming. That was today, I think. Phil Quar stayed in the same position but lost. He said he's doing better than normal, but that was his little winning runs just come to an end, so he's a bit disappointed. Adam Devlin was convinced I'd lost my game and was disappointed that I'd actually won. So he's obviously feeling the pressure that I'm going to catch him.
Yeah.
But Adam says his team were rubbish and were well beaten by Rich Archer, and they can't wait for the international break. Stu Dunn, his post-match thoughts were, I'm in a expletive massive slump.
Okay.
Insert your own word. Jack Carroll says he's got to... he's not made any transfers for a couple of weeks and he needs to change it up over the international break. And Neil Poynton, who's a former player and coach, of course, from yesterday, he messaged on their league to say he's enjoying all the day-to-day shit of picking a team, getting crap performances, working out the scores they get, looking how to maximise his score for the next game week, and he loves reading how managers who are more experienced at him still get really pissed off when they lose. So he's loving life.
FPL, it's an art.
Yeah. And as we mentioned before, Alistair and Joe have got a bit of beef, so they were sort of berating each other. And Phil Pinder was just winding Alistair up there by saying that he's going to win the league and we all know it. So he's putting a bit of pressure on him there.
He's putting a bit of pressure
on. Why not?
Yeah.
And of course, Swanee and Michelle were having a bit of banter between themselves there. And of course, Cole was having a bit of a dig at Lee.
Yes, but to be fair, Cole came out on top, so he'll have that over Lee for some time, won't he?
Let's be honest. It's taken Cole 7 weeks, a wild card, and a full-on Arsenal defence tribute act to finally scrape a win. He's a Manchester United fan who's basically turned into a closet scouser. I swear next week he'll be singing You'll Never Walk Alone in an Arsenal shirt. He had to put an extra L in his name. He loves losing that much. He's the type of person that'd show up at Old Trafford in a half and half scarf, half Arsenal, half United, with a Liverpool badge in the middle. Proper tourist behaviour. He's out there celebrating his one, just like Amarin winning the treble. Mate, you're one game week above the relegation zone. Just calm down. You burned your wild card for one win. That's not tactical genius. That's just panic, mate. Don't get me started on putting Arsenal players in his team. He only done that because he knows I'm a Tottenham fan. That's the kind of shithouse behaviour that he's doing. Next week, when your Arsenal lads blank and Amarin's United lose again because they can't win 2 on the trot, we'll all be here watching you slide back down the table faster than a Maguire step over. Well done, Col. First win of the season. Half and half scarf. Wild card gone. Full on Scouser energy. You've peaked, mate. Wish you all the best.
Don't forget, people, when we get to next week, if you want to share your pre-game comments as well, because we've obviously not got a game week this week. So yeah,
and then that way you don't have to come on the pod. You can just leave a little voice note.
Leave a little voice note. Yeah, we like it. You can tell us what you think. But let's move on to some. Thanks for that, Steve. Let's move on to some fixture predictions in Who the Hell Knows. Now I know there's no Premier League games this weekend. We're going to talk about FA Cup final qualifying round, because that's all that is important this weekend. I think we should all agree on that one. But before that, let's quickly look. Last week we were shocking. Me, Steve, and Kev Sim. Leeds Spurs, we all went for Leeds home win. We were shockingly wrong there. Chelsea Liverpool, we all went for Liverpool away win. We were shockingly wrong there. Villa Burnley, though, Kev is the only one who got that bang on, 2-1. So well done to you, Kev, if you happen to be listening, which you're probably not this Friday morning. But yes, well done.
He's on tour. I think Kev went on tour.
He did go on tour,
today or yesterday or something.
Yeah, he'll be singing those wet classics, which is great. So yes, but fixture predictions for the FA Cup final qualifying round. We're going to kick off with Darlington against Telford. What do we think? Darlington against Telford.
Where's Telford?
Telford. I don't know if they're in the National League North, or they're probably National League North, are they? Yeah.
It's National League South, I think.
Is it South? You never know nowadays.
Yeah.
It's
I think
they're in South.
Darlow in that league as well.
No, it's in Shropshire.
Right, okay. You never know with the North-South. Darlington, Spennyman were playing Billericay in the North end of the FA Cup this weekend, which is just insane. So anyway, Darlow Telford, what do we think?
Darlington.
2-0
2-0 Darlington, Phil. All right. Strong. They're at home.
I'm going to go for Darlington as well because I've heard of them.
If this is what we're basing it on. Right. Are you going to go for 2-0 as well, or are you going to mix it up?
I'm going to go for 3-0.
3-0. Oh, Darlington scored 3-0. Right. I always think the FA Cup qualifying rounds, I always think it'd be the easiest way to win money in the bookies. Just go for like the obvious favourites, and it never works that way. Never works that way in the FA Cup qualifying round.
Just to say though, in the leagues, I managed to cash out a Scunthorpe game the other day after the whistle had blown, and Bet365 paid me to allow me to cash out because they don't have people at the games. Check games are finished. So I had a bet on 4-1. It was 3-1, and I was like, looked at my phone, it said cash it, and I managed to cash out early and got a bet. So
that's amazing.
That's a top tip.
That's a brilliant tip. That is a fantastic tip. Everybody take note. Non-league football is the way to go. Clearly.
So are we all piling on Scunthorpe matches now?
Wait to make money.
Yeah, just where we know they're not going to be. Yeah. Great tip. Yeah, good stuff. Anton, what do you think, Darlow Telford? You give a nod to Darlington earlier on.
Yeah, I said 2-0 Darlow. Yeah, I think they'll do it. Always had a bit of a soft spot for them, to be fair, because I used to enjoy going to watch Torquay and Darlington. So, how the mighty fall. Well, they weren't that mighty, but you know what I mean. So, I think they'll do it. I used to enjoy a trip up to Feetham's.
Yeah, it was a cracking venue for him. So I used to live it myself. Tin shed days, being in the tin shed, but
proper football.
Exactly. But yes, they're now playing at the Mowden Rugby Park, which is a bit random. But anyway, so we've got 3 people going for Darla. Steve, are you going to pile in?
I'll go for a 1-1.
1-1 in the FA Cup. All right, could well be.
Replay.
I'm gonna go. Darlow, one of my best mates, is a huge Darlow fan, and he knows too well that they always blow it. So I'm gonna go for a Telford away win because I can't remember the last time Darlington made the first round proper, and they've got this close. So I'm going for local knowledge and bad luck. So yeah, I'm gonna go for a 1-0 Telford win. Next one is closer to home, Rochdale against York. Steve, what do you think?
Rochdale went up last season, didn't they? They went up instead of York, didn't they?
No, they were already up. Rochdale were already in the conference or National League last season.
Oh, did Rochdale go up 2 years ago? Phil no more than I do.
Maybe, but I know Rochdale were up there last year because Spennymoor beat them in the semi-final of the FA Trophy or Vase, and they got very upset about it. That's how I knew.
Well, York are doing all right, are they? I'm going to stick with 1-1. 1-1 again.
1-1. So, do they do replays at this point in the FA Cup?
Straight to Pens out there, I think.
No. It's replays.
It's replays at this level. All right, good.
Yeah.
Good. Proper football. Replays.
Retro.
Yeah, that's what we like to see. Yeah. Bloody replays. Have them. Phil, what do you think? Rochdale, York?
I'm going to go Rochdale just on the basis that I think York have obviously got a massive squad. Probably do something crazy like and rest all their team and bring in another team, mess it all up for them.
Be weird, wouldn't it? You've got to make money, haven't you? At that level, you've got to go for first round proper. But anyway, so you're going to go for
York. Don't need money. York don't need money.
Okay, fair enough. Anton, what do you think? Rochdale, York.
I'm going to stick my neck out and say York. It's going to be a tough game, and York are pretty inconsistent just at the moment.
Yeah, this season.
But they've definitely got it in them, and I reckon they'll do it. I reckon 2-1 York.
2-1, good stuff. I would love to see them beat Rochdale, to be fair, just because, as I said, Rochdale were mouthy as hell after Spennymoor beat them, and they had a bit of trouble after the game last season. So I took a dislike to Rochdale now. So I hope York stuff them 3-0. It won't happen, but I'd love it if they stuff them 3-0. And Jersey Chris, what do you think?
Well, my fellow Jerseyman and friend Peter Vicente played for Rochdale, so I'm going to go for 3-0 Rochdale.
Okay. We shall see, but it is at Spotland, so we'll see. And Phil,
tell the bloke from Jersey, can't you? All the York people here is he's going for a 3-0 Rochdale.
Yeah, he's just seeing central. Yeah, Rochdale, the league above them. They're the league above them. No, they're not in the league above them. They're the same league. Sorry, aren't they? Yeah, there you go. Scunthorpe, Kings Lynn. I'm thinking National League North right now instead of National League. Scunthorpe, Kings Lynn. What do we think? Phil, you're the Scunthorpe expert, and since we were last talking, they got promoted last season, so it's all good stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, and we've also managed to halve the spending on our squad. We've got one of the lowest. We've actually had, and we're up there in the playoffs. We've actually lost one game so far this season because we wrongly had a player sent off. And yeah, so to be fair, we lost 1-0 in a scrappy defeat just the other Carlisle. Other than that, we're completely undefeated this season. I actually think we're going to beat. We've got a couple of players suspended, bizarrely playing this cup game. So I think that's going to help with some of the series. So I think we're probably going to win 2-0.
2-0. Good stuff. But yeah, no, I've been looking out for Scunthorpe results since you were last on, because obviously they were in the National League North and stuff. But yeah, I've noticed you had a very good start to the season. So, and it would be good to see a team like Scunthorpe bounce back into their proper football league, I think. So yeah, fingers crossed for the rest of the season.
Have you still got a cut price advertising board there, Phil? Yeah, good lad. How's your price?
I don't board, but I sponsor the manager's interview.
Oh, good stuff. What does that give you out of interest?
Not a lot, really.
Before they ask any question, do they have to say this answer sponsored?
Yeah, but basically they play a 4-second video of my magic potion spinning off the screen, and then he has to come on and justify why we've just been beat. So it's actually quite funny, really.
Brilliant. Love it. Great stuff. Anton, Scunthorpe, Kings Lynn.
I think Scunthorpe 3-0. It's got to be.
Come on, Scunny. Chris.
I was going to go for my hat-trick 3-0 then, so a Scunny 3-1.
3-1. Okay. Have you been looking online while I've been talking at where Kings Lynn are and stuff like that?
I don't even know where Kings Lynn and Zero is.
You're further south than any of us. You should, admittedly, it's Jersey, but you should be a bit better than us on this stuff.
He's not got a chance with Rochdale, has he?
Steve, what do you think? Scunthorpe v Kings Lynn.
4-0 to Scunthorpe.
Okay, right. Good stuff. And I'm going to go for. We're all going for Scunthorpe. Sorry, Phil. doesn't bode well.
A lot of pressure.
Yeah.
It'll be the first time we've been in the FA Cup proper for 4 years.
Yeah, too much. I'm going to go for 3-2. Quite often these crazy cup games become mad high-scoring affairs. So I reckon 3-2. So there we go. Well,
if Scunthorpe become like a giant killer this year, then there could be some Potions Cauldron coverage on the telly, and then that's good for the league, isn't it? Our league.
Yeah. That would be good stuff. Well, we'll keep our fingers crossed anyway. But yeah, we shall see. And then we can have people who've won Potions Cauldron prizes promoting it on Instagram and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Scunthorpe's
a bit of a downgrade from sponsoring the thing when you're winning, of course, but I mean...
Well, yeah, exactly. I'm sure that's the thing. If you're pitching to people, Phil, I'm sure that's the thing that you put in your pack that you sponsor of Sing when you're winning, because everybody...
That's it.
Everybody knows
I should think so.
I should hope so.
It's so exclusive, he doesn't actually do that.
Right, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Keep it quiet. Keep it quiet.
Exactly. Too exclusive.
I mean,
Great
people tried to steal the trophy last season, don't forget.
Yes, that was a very good story, wasn't it? Yes, I remember that. It was a fantastic story. But yes, so Phil, do you want to tell us a bit more about the place in Leeds? You mentioned it a little bit earlier on.
Yes, we just opened our largest venue, the Hole in One Leeds, which is crazily big. It's like 14,000 foot. We've got 9-hole mini golf as normal, but the final hole spectacular because the whole room spins as you try and put your ball through it. We're basically trying to appeal to all those people that are in town for the football. You come and play mini golf and feel like you're pissed even without a drink. But yeah, it's spectacular. But not only that, we've got London Tankard. You see what we did there with the initials, which is our wizard-themed garden, and there are some octagonal-shaped huts in the garden where you can sit and enjoy a beer. We've got Rudgate Brewery's beer on tap, Magical Wizard cocktails in the garden. And it's if you come 5 till 6 Thursday, Friday, Saturday, you can have a pint of ale, lager, or pilsner every pint.
Wow!
Really? That's kind of just after Leeds matches, isn't it? Excellent.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, next time I'm in Leeds.
Well, we're on sponsors. It is actually the next game in the Championship is going to be the sponsors clash because I'm playing Carl Sewell in the game. So.
Oh, that is definitely worth a shout out. So that's next weekend then.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Can we get Carl on for next week?
No, we're fully booked for guests next week.
Yeah,
we
are, aren't we? Yeah. Well, maybe Carl could send us a voice note ahead of that potentially. We'll get some sponsor beef going. I think that would be good.
Sponsored beef.
Been checking out. I've already been checking out his team. Don't worry.
Yeah. Well,
and making my signings accordingly.
Wow, good stuff. Thank you for that. And Anton, as you're new onto the pod, we ask everybody about their team, and they're fascinated. Torquay United. So why Torquay United?
Right. Well, so. A little bit of a history then. So I'm originally from Manchester, Stockport in Manchester.
Yeah.
So when I was a kid, I used to go to Old Trafford. So I guess United are my sort of main team. It's funny because my dad was a big Man U fan, but both my granddads were Man City fans. But granddad's being lovely used to take me to watch Man United. So we're talking the 70s here. So Fond memories of going to United when football was good and football was proper. But then we moved with my dad's job to Torquay towards the end of the 70s, and that was so I must have been about 10 then. That was my own little club basically. And I used to love going to play see Torquay United, and I just stuck with that and sort of had a bit of a fondness for them ever since, really. And I went through a period of time where I used to go see them whenever they were playing sort of in the north, hence the Darlington thing, been to Glanford Park, etc. To see them, and so Torquay I've got a very soft spot for. But then after I lived in Torquay, we moved up to Whitley Bay on the northeast coast. So I used to go watch Newcastle. So I was there on the day that Keegan arrived in his helicopter. Which was quite special in the days when the Gallagher was just a big terrace. Showed me age. This was when Keegan arrived as a player, so Keegan was there, then McDermott followed. I think Arthur Cox was the manager at the time. But yeah, good times. And then after that, we moved to York, sort of early 80s. So of course, I started going to see York, sort of in the 80s. And now and again, I'll when I get the opportunity, I'll go see York now and go with my lad to see York. So I'm a bit of a football journeyman. There's a few teams in there because I've just lived all over the place, to be fair. But I guess the softest spots for Torquay, I guess, because that was my first little club that I could sort of call my own.
Great stuff. And have you got any? What are your highs? We always say highs and lows. What are your high points of following Torquay?
Probably now then. Went to Wembley with them. Sort of I think it was about 98. I think. Sadly, they lost. I think it was against Colchester in the playoffs. Yeah. So sort of a high and low point together. And then we went down there actually to stay in Dartmouth a few years ago. So it was nice to take my lad Tom to where I used to go to play more. Still a special little place. But probably not that many high points, to be fair, because when I used to go watch them sort of end of the 70s, beginning of the 80s, it was quite they weren't great. I loved them, but they weren't great. They were really struggling in Division 4. Yeah. But that was what was special about it, because it was, as I say, it was a club that you sort of called your own. There wasn't that many people that were following them. And that's what I liked about it, really. So great memories of that. And as I say, I just keep an eye on how they're doing nowadays.
Good stuff. And they're obviously not having the best of times. So it kind of, when was the last time you saw them? Did they get up hitting much?
I've not seen them recently for a while, to be fair. They've been through a bit of a turbulent time. They nearly went out of existence a couple of seasons ago and survived. Look, they've done that a couple of times, to be fair. So it's great that they're still around. But yeah, I haven't actually been to see them for a while.
Good stuff. No worries. And we've got we'll ask both you and Phil this question. What if you had to sing any wet, wet, wet song? What would it be? What's your favourite one? Phil, if you got one lined up, either you or Adam can answer both.
Probably would be give a love friends, because I'm a huge Beatles fan. So yeah.
Oh, so you do the cover of the cover.
Do the cover, yeah, cover of the cover.
Good stuff. I like
that. Here's Ringo Starr.
Anton, how about you?
Probably wishing I was lucky.
Is that just a general comment on the show about
well, it's just thinking of what he knows.
well, yeah, there is that, but it definitely wouldn't be that Robin of Sherwood one that did everybody's head in.
I don't know if I remember. I remember the show, it was lousy, but I didn't realise there was a wet, wet, wet tune from it.
Actually, I'm getting mixed up with someone else.
I'm thinking of Brian Adams.
Oh, you're thinking of Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, aren't you?
That's the one. Yeah.
I thought you were on about the crap TV show on ITV, Robin and Sherwood, and I was like, wow,
that was earlier. That was earlier than And I'm thinking of an early one than you, Jamie. You're a different generation to me, aren't you?
Not
I was thinking of Robin of Sherwood or whatever. Robin, yeah, that was early 80s, wasn't it? So Jamie would. No, not that old, Phil. God.
All right.
No, I mean the one with Sean Connery's son was in it, wasn't he? And Anton will remember. Go on, Anton.
Jason Connery.
Back me up. Yes.
Well, I'm still stuck on Wet, Wet, Wet here because they did have a really annoying number one for ages.
Yeah, it was.
I feel it in my fingers. That's the one.
Love is all around.
Yeah,
Love is all around. I'm getting mixed up with that.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. Which was number one. They were both number one for a long time.
That's right.
Weren't they?
And Love Actually and Robin Hood are very similar, so it's an easy mistake to make.
Yeah. It was 4 weddings, not Love Actually. We're really making lots of mistakes.
not being a Wet, Wet fan, of course.
What did I say it was? 4 weddings and a funeral.
You said it was Love Actually.
What was it?
4 weddings and a funeral.
Oh, right, okay.
We're struggling here, aren't we?
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, rom-coms by Richard Curtis don't necessarily have to be. We're not going to do a ChatGPT quiz on that. You'll be pleased to know.
Was Hugh Grant in Robin Hood?
I bet he had a bit part. Christian Slater wasn't he? Which I was finding a bit random. I was watching and forget that people like him were in it. But yeah, I loved Robin and Prince of Thieves, apart from the song. It was a great film. But before we go into the ChatGPT quiz, Anton, just want to say, music-wise, is it not that long ago you had an album out? Is that correct? Do you want to share that with everybody this Friday morning?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so new album came out towards the end of June. It's called Navigation, inspired by a trip to New York in 2023. So it's basically a collection of mainly instrumental tracks. And they're all sort of themed different places in New York. Yeah. And when I was there, I made some what they call field recordings. So recordings of me traveling on the underground, etc., etc. So they're all in the tracks as well, to sort of make up part of the feel of it. So it's a bit of a concept album, really. And I had some great feedback. Really pleased with it. It's my third album. So I'm just in the midst at the moment of preparing some live sort of backing tracks to go, because obviously I'm a one-man band, so I can't play everything myself. So I'm just trying to put together some backing tracks to get out there and ply my trade. I've not played live for about 25 years, so I must admit that the thought of it does scare me.
Well, are you gonna be playing locally then, in and around Yorkshire area? Or?
Well, I haven't got as far as deciding where it's going to be yet. Yeah. However, I mean, it's electronic music, and they have some electronic open mic nights all around the country actually, and there's a couple of them sort of in York, Leeds, etc. So I might start off there. So yeah, not quite decided what that's going to look like yet, and it's only early stages, but I've decided why not. I'm going to sort of try and get out there and enjoy it again.
Brilliant stuff. Nice one. Well, if you do that, make sure you share it on the WhatsApp chat, so we can all get on down to that. And talking of that, Maddox is playing Leeds next Friday, isn't he? So if people want to get along to that and see Maddox
going, I shall go to that.
Good stuff. Right, let's play a ChatGPT quiz, because I know all you lovely listeners to the pod missed it last week because we went back retro, and Kev Sim scored a whopping 7 and possibly should have got 8, so he smashed it out of the park, which was good. But this week we've got 100 questions and answers about non-league football giant killings in the FA Cup. So just know an in-depth knowledge of giant killing. We're going to go 1 to 100. We're going to go around everybody as ever. There'll be 3 rounds and see who comes out on top. And Phil, we're going to kick off with you. Give us a number between 1 and 100, please. Ooh, I'm scrolling already, people. Someone else is going to go 2.
The next thing he's gonna say, this is absolute bullshit now. That's what he's gonna say now.
I'm not. I don't know if it is or not. These facts are all way out of my head. Which non-league team knocked out the League One side Swindon Town 2-0 in 2007? I'm really sorry. If anyone scores a point this week, it'll be good.
Let's go Dagenham and Redbridge.
Oh, anyone want to steal?
Sutton United.
Could be a while. Oh, funny enough. No, I'm not going to say that because then you'll go for it. Right. Lewes FC, whatever was the answer. So sadly, Phil, you didn't get a point there. Anton, over to you. Pick a number between 1 and 100.
Number 9, please.
Number 9. I'm scrolling all the way back to the top.
Sorry.
No, not at all. Which team from the National League North, and we've already mentioned them once in this week's pod, knocked out League One's AFC Wimbledon in the 2020-21 FA Cup?
Scunthorpe?
It wasn't. Does anyone want to steal?
Darlington?
No.
Is it Kings Lynn?
It is Kings Lynn. Yes. Phil's got to steal. He's 1-0. Chris, over to you.
You didn't get that for a second guess.
What?
It was like a second guess, wasn't it? That
it wasn't a second guess, was it?
Yeah.
Phil just said 1, didn't he? He said Kings Lynn.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's allowed.
I said 1.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, that's allowed.
Let's go for 29.
29. I like how competitive this gets. 29 is...
That's because I know he's going to win 1-0 now.
Yeah, probably. Which club caused an upset in the 1985 FA Cup by knocking out Oxford United with a 2-1 victory?
Wimbledon.
It was? What the hell? That's mental.
Amazing.
That is genuinely mental. Are you? How?
I don't know.
Genuinely. They were a non-league side at the time. Defeated Oxford United 2-1 apparently. I don't. Anyway, yeah.
What,
so
Wimbledon?
How could they be a non-league side? Because
Wimbledon were a non-league in 1985.
Yeah. I mean, this is ChatGPT, but the answer is Wimbledon anyway. There you go. It's like, let's not deal with facts. This is ChatGPT. We've just got to deal with what it says.
Steve's raging.
Yeah, Steve, go on then.
Oh,
The number between 1 and 100.
1.
You'll be glad you went with this. What is a giant killing in the FA Cup?
It's when a small club, normally from the non-league, beats a league club. And the higher they are, the bigger a giant killing it is.
Almost given the ChatGPT definition. Well done. There you go. You've got a point. Well, so it's 1-1-1-0 into the second round. There you go. Unlike most non-league sides wouldn't get to the second round. Boom, boom. Phil, over to you. Next number, please.
48.
In the middle, we've got... Which club caused a giant killing by defeating Sunderland 1-0 in the 2013-14 FA Cup?
Let's go. Not a clue. I'm going to say Rochdale.
It wasn't, unfortunately. Who wants to try and steal? Just name a club.
MK Dons.
No. I like that we went Wimbledon and then MK Dons. There's a thing there. Anyway, go on. Anyone else?
Stonybridge Celtic.
It wasn't. I'd wish it was. It'd be good. Steve?
Barnet.
No, it was Kidderminster Harriers. Never mind. Anton, to get on the board, pick the number.
29.
29. It is. Oh, we've already had that one. That was the Wimbledon answer. You have to pick another one.
49.
Okay. Which non-league side knocked out League One side Crawley Town 2-0 in the 2014-15 FA Cup?
Have we mentioned them yet?
We haven't mentioned them. Sadly not.
Have we mentioned FC Fylde yet?
We haven't. We were about to, I think, by what you're about to say.
FC Filed.
No, it's sadly not. Never mind. Anyone want to shout out on the league side? This could go on a while. Anyone?
Harrogate.
No, they're not non-league. Well, they would have been back then.
They were then, yeah.
Yeah, they would have been.
Wrexham.
No. Phil.
City. We said them.
It was walking. Right. Chris, over to you.
21.
21 is... Who did Stevenage Borough defeat? This is bullshit. Who did Stevenage Borough defeat in the 1998-99 FA Cup third round to cause an upset? Now I know this is wrong, so you can either give me the wrong answer or the right answer, and I'll give you a point.
Leicester City.
No.
Newcastle.
That is the
Manchester
right answer,
City.
Steve. It is Newcastle. You're right. So I'll give you the point. But according to this, it says they defeated Middlesbrough 2-1, and I know that that's bullshit because I didn't remember if they'd beaten Newcastle. Was the answer. So yeah, Steve, you got another point. So that puts you 2, and you've got another one to go. So you go.
Have I won now?
Oh well, possibly.
Sorry, over it.
If you get this right,
because you got the answer wrong. Because I thought we went with the ChatGPT answer, not the
no.
actual
But
answer.
on this occasion, because I don't often know if ChatGPT is wrong, but as I did, I can be smug and go,
because Jamie's not going to allow a result that goes against his team.
Exactly, it's bullshit. We've been beat by many shit teams in the league, but in the cup, but Stevenage Borough isn't one of them yet. Right. Number
51.
51. Which non-league club caused an upset in the 2005 FA Cup by defeating Oxford United 3-1? We've mentioned them in this quiz even.
Flied.
It wasn't filed. No.
Filed.
No, you shouldn't anyway.
Wimbledon.
No.
Scunthorpe.
No. In this quiz, not that like seconds ago, we mentioned them. Anton, who is it? Get on the board.
I can't remember what we just spoke about.
Most people can't, to be fair. Everyone's like, this is shit. I'll tell you what, I'll make this the last question and Steve can win. Come on then, Anton. Who were we just talking about?
He always does this. He always says, we've just mentioned it a minute ago.
Yeah, that makes it harder.
Yeah, it does,
yeah. Sorry. You're paying attention.
Who did you say? Was it Staley Bridge and someone?
Staley Bridge Celtic.
Flied, wasn't it? SC Flied.
And I said filed.
No, but Steve just said that and it was wrong.
Yeah. It's not something I've said, I don't think, is it?
No.
Kings Lynn.
Wimbledon.
No. Anyway, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to put you out your suspense. It was Stevenage Borough they featured in the last question.
Oh, that was too
Anyway, I think, we're over an hour mark on the pod this week. So anyway.
We did have a listener's question for Anton, actually.
Oh, we did.
Yeah.
Well, Steve, you won this week's quiz, by the way. We'll give you a round of applause there. For
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Very proud. So the question is for Anton, and it comes from a Rick Witter, who you may be aware of. He says, "Can you?"
It's the FPL dynasty, isn't it? It's the Witter. FPL dynasty.
Couldn't have let it pass without Rick asking a question, could we? So Rick asks, "Can you ask Anton if we'll ever hear anything new by What About the Horse then?"
Well, that depends on very much depends on Rick and Banksy. To be honest, if it's up to me, absolutely.
Well, maybe when you go on tour, you could get that together. They could come in as your little support act.
You never know.
Little warm-up act.
There was mention of it a few years ago, but it came to nothing. Did he explain what it was?
No. I think that's the idea that you're going to do.
Your side project or something.
Yeah. Well, no, this was...
what of music was that?
It was a little project that we did. It must have been, 1987. Basically... Rick and Paul, when they were just starting out on their musical journey, I had a room full of synths and stuff because I'm a little bit older, and I sort of helped them do some recordings and stuff, and we ended up doing something together, and I don't know where the name came from, but the band name of the three of us was What About the Horse Then? And we actually recorded a couple of tracks, and you can imagine what that'll sound like. So it's from 1987, so it's a long time ago. But I do have somewhere in the archives versions of those tracks. So that's what he's alluding to there. Good times.
You should totally bring those, remix them, and
can we listen to those
available? Yeah, that'd be amazing.
Probably not in their current form.
Now it is. I think
it could be bonus tracks on your album.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they could be redone. As I say, we did talk about it a few years ago. Maybe we were actually seriously talking about maybe doing it for Record Store Day, but it never came to anything in the end. But yeah, now you've reminded me, I might have a word.
Well, Rick clearly wants to do it. The fact that he
must do
the question, yeah.
Yeah, he must do. That must be his way of asking.
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah.
Well, he's not doing anything for a while, isn't he? He's got a bit of time off until he next tours and stuff like that. So this could be the thing that keeps him ticking over.
Now's the time.
Exactly. Good.
Don't prioritize that over doing a few little ditties for the podcast, though, Anton. Just
yeah,
push him back in his place.
I did think you'd bring that up.
Well, I see you brought your keyboard.
Yeah, I mean, do you want to? The theme tune was done live on one of these podcasts. It was brilliant.
Yeah, didn't he?
Yeah. Feel free to give us we've got an intro. We might need an outro. So if you've got something, we currently have the round of applause. But if you want to do something,
well, I did promise I would do something, so I will.
Oh, I did
something loud for the chatgpt quiz, just to break me out,
just to break it up. Right. Anyways, well, thank you so much, everyone, for joining us this Friday morning. Yes, it is Friday morning. Thanks to Anton and Phil for being good sports once again on this week's pod, and thanks to Chris and Steve. And Chris, get yourself some rest. Put your feet up after your big trip to Everest. But remember, there is no game week this week, so you can continue to keep an eye on what your head-to-head opponents are doing ahead of next week, and get your transfers in. We will have a new guest next week when we'll be talking more about game week 8. Remember, you can follow us on Twitter at SWYW_FPL. If you're watching this on YouTube, leave us a comment. And if you are listening and you're a member of the league, remember to get those pre-match texts, voice notes in, and we'll share some of those next week. But yes, they think it's all over. It is for this week. Enjoy your footballing week and keep on singing and keep on winning. Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
See ya.
Bye.
Get out of my podcast.